Hello students. Today we'll be discussing about nouns number. Now what are nouns number? A word which indicates whether a noun is singular or plural is known as number. A noun has two numbers, the singular number, the plural number. In this unit, we will revise countable and uncountable nouns. We will also revise how to form plural nouns and learn a bit of subject-verb agreement. Students, you know that nouns can be countable or uncountable. When we can clearly mention how many of the same kind of persons or things we are talking about, we place them in the group of countable nouns. Example, 5 men, 10 days, 2 bricks, 1 tooth, 2 rupees, 6 sheets of paper, etc. These are all countable nouns. You can count them. But there are some common nouns which cannot be counted. We can't say 1 milk, 2 waters or many bread. We can say 1 cup of milk, 2 glasses of water or many slices of bread, many loaves of bread. Such nouns are called countable nouns. Example, dust, money, paper, air, cement, rice, food, etc. Nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns. They usually have singular or plural forms. Nouns which can't be counted are called uncountable nouns. Most of them do not have plural forms. Uncountable nouns require single verb. For example, milk is good for health. Bread was stale. You already know that a noun which refers to one thing or person is said to be in the singular number. Example, child, man, lady, goose, ox, etc. A noun which refers to more than one thing or person is said to be in the plural number. Example, children, men, ladies, geese, oxen, etc. Now, there are some rules which tell you how singular nouns form their plural by adding s at the end. Bed, beds. Rose, roses. Door, doors. House, houses. Bus, buses. Year, years. All these singular words you can see can be made plural by adding s at the end of the word. Now, rule 2, noun that ends in ch, sh, s, double s and x form their plurals by adding es at the end. For example, bunch, you can see that ch is at the end. So, when you want to make it plural, you just have to add es at the end. It will become bunches. Church, churches. Now, the third example is bush. sh is at the end of the word and you simply have to add es to it. It will become bushes. Dish, dishes. Dress, again double s is there at the end. So you simply have to add es. So it will become dresses. Class, classes. Box has got x at end. So you just have to remember that wherever there is x, you simply have to add es to make it plural. Fox become foxes. Now the third rule says nouns that end in a consonant and o form their plurals by adding es at the end. For example, the word tomato. O is there at the end. That's a vowel. But before the vowel, there is T. So, you have to remember that such cases you have to add es. Tomato becomes tomatoes, hero becomes heroes, mango becomes mangoes and mosquito becomes mosquitoes. Wherever in the end there is a consonant followed by a O, you have to add es. Now, rule number 4, nouns that end in F or FE form their plural by changing F or FE into VS. For example, the word knife. You just have to remove FE from the end and add vs in place of fe. So knife become knives. Second example, calf. You have to remember that last word f is there, so you have to remove s, and instead of f you have to add vs. So calf become calves. Half, halves. Leaf, leaves. Thief, thieves. Life, life. So wherever there is f or fe at the end of the word, and if you want to make it plural, you have to remove f or fe and add vs instead of that. Rule number 5. Nouns that end in a consonant and y form their plurals by changing y into es. Now, look at the first word army. In army, A-R-M-Y is the spelling. Last word is y, and before y you can see M. M is a consonant. Such cases you have to remove y and add ies. Army becomes AR, MY becomes ARMIES. Baby, you have to remove Y and add IES. Baby become babies. City, cities. Lady, ladies. Diary, diaries. Story, stories, and so on. Now, the sixth example says nouns that end in a vowel and Y. Now, you have to look at this example carefully. Last word would be Y, but before Y, there will be a vowel. For example, boy. Last word Y is there, but before Y, O is there, and O is a vowel. There are 5 vowels. So A, E, I, O, U. If any of these alphabets, they are coming before Y, you have to keep in mind that such words, when you want to make them plural, you just have to add S. Boy become boys, key become keys, toy become toys, and valley become valleys. Some other words and their plural forms. For example, children becomes children, MAN men becomes MEN men, women becomes women, louse becomes lice, passerbys. Yeah, you have to keep in mind, in this the main word is passer, so in this you have to add s. So passerby becomes passers-by, foot becomes feet, ox become oxen, tooth becomes teeth, and goose become geese. Grown up. Now look at this word. In grown up, you have to add s to ups. Son-in-law become sons-in-law. The main word has to be added s in it. You have to add s. Mouse becomes mice. Now, some nouns have the singular and plural forms alike. And such words are: deer is always deer in singular and plural form both. Sheep is also sheep, whether it's singular or plural. Series is also series, whether singular or plural. Hair is also hairs, whether singular or plural. Furniture is also furniture. Fish is also fish. But if we want to talk about different varieties of fish, their plurals can be fishes. For example, fish are swimming in the river. Here, look at the word fish. This is the same types of fish are there. But when there's a variety, so you can also say like, look at the variety. Look at the various fishes in the river. When there's a variety, so you can use the word fishes for them. But if the fishes of the same kind, same species, you can use fish. But if the species differ, you can use fishes. Now, we say a pack of wolves or a flock of birds. They generally take singular verb. Example, a pack of wolves was killing the deer. This we had already discussed in the collective nouns. We also say a pair of jeans, a pair of trousers, a pair of goggles, a pair of scissors when we want to refer to one thing. Because trousers, goggles, scissors, they are always plural. We never use them as singular. These nouns are usually plural in form because s is added to them at the end, because they consist of 2 inseparable parts. They take plural words. Now, we'll learn some more rules about nouns, the number. In English grammar, The number refers to the count of a noun or pronoun. Example, boy, boys, wife, wives, my, our, ox, oxen, if they, etc. Now, there are two types of number as we had discussed earlier, that is singular and plural. Singular number, it refers to the count of only one of a noun or pronoun. Examples, pen, table, aunt, father, goose, etc. Plural number, it refers to the count of more than one of a noun or pronoun. Example, pens, table, aunts, father, geese, etc. Now, there's another rule for numbers. If there exists SHCHX in the end, we add ES. As we had discussed earlier, like bus, we add ES, dish, we add ES, branch, we add ES, and they all become plural. But you have to remember, if there's a CH at the end of the word, but the pronunciation of word is like K in the end. For example, monarch. The word monarch has got ch in the end, but then you don't pronounce it as monarch, you pronounce it as monarch. You can hear the sound k coming in the end. For such words which have got ch in their spellings, but the pronunciation of ch is like k, you have to remember that you have to use s at the end. Monarch become monarchs, stomach becomes stomachs. You don't say stomach, you pronounce it as stomach. So you have to remember that wherever there's ch at the end and the pronunciation is of ch is like k, you just have to add s at the end. Now, when there is a y in the end of a consonant, before y, I substituted and an es thereafter. As we had discussed earlier, like story, y is there, and before y, a consonant r is there. So you have to remember that you have to add, remove y and add ies. Story becomes stories, hobby become hobbies, fly become flies. But if there's a vowel ahead of that y, no need to change it, only you have to add s at the last. Donkey become donkeys, toy become toys. If there's a vowel before y, you have to add only s. But if there's a consonant before y, you have to remember that you have to remove that y and add ies. Now, another rule. If man means human being in a compound noun. Now, what is a compound noun? A noun that contains two or more words that jointly make a single noun. So, you have to keep in mind that where there's a man in a compound word, man will become men. For example, fisherman. Fisherman, man is there at the end, but then you have to remember that man will become men. The fisherman, fisherman will become fishermen. Workman will become workmen. You have to remove a from men and add e if you want to make it plural when where is there and it means only a human being. Boatmen will become boatmen. Now, another rule says some singular nouns have no plural form. We only use it in singular. As we had discussed earlier, furniture, scenery, issue, bread, expenditure, and many other words. Now, adversely, some are always used as plural form. For example, mums, scissors, trousers, spectacles, assets. You never use these words as singular. And they are always considered as plural because they refer to one thing. Now, another rule says beside adding s, only the n gets it done for few. For example, the word book, then a hyphen, then shelf. So you have to remember that in this, the last word shelf will become, you'll remove the f and Add vs. Bookshelf will become bookshelves. Bookcase will become bookcases. Then another rule says if compound noun contains several words, an s comes to join with the main part of that noun. For example, brother-in-law. But here you have to keep in mind which is the main word, that is the main part of noun in the word, that is brother. So you have to add s to the brother. So brother-in-law will become brothers-in-law in plural. Now, passes by. The main noun is passes by. So you have to add s to passes. Now, step brother. The main noun is brother. So you have to add s to brothers. Step brothers. Now, rule 3. S to be added when there's a full in the end. Now, words having full at the end of them, like handful, will become handfuls, mouthful will become mouthfuls, spoonful will become spoonfuls. Now, other rule says, but when man is just a part of the word. Earlier, we had discussed where man is treated as a human being in that fisherman, boatman. There, you just have to make the man, men. But this is another rule, that when men is just a part of the word, when it refers to any ethnic group, race or civilian, there you just have to add s to it. That is, Brahmin will become Brahmins, German will become Germans, because here we are referring this word to a particular ethnic group, race or civilian. So you just have to add s to it. Now, if you learn and understand these rules of noun, numbers, that is the singular and plural form, you'll always be able to make the plurals or the singular form correctly. Thank you.